Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Organized with Joy. And today's video is a very special video. It is the beginning of a series that I am doing on my channel, and it is a challenge series. And it is going to be a collaboration with several other of my friends here on YouTube. And this month, the two ladies who are joining me for this challenge collab are my friends Jessica and Lauren. And I am so excited to be doing this collab with these ladies this month. These two ladies are so inspiring and so encouraging. I just love both of them so much, and I have enjoyed getting to know them over on Instagram and here on YouTube. But I will link their channels and I will link their videos in the description box below. You will definitely want to check out their channels. If you are not yet subscribed to these ladies, you definitely need to be. But I wanted to do kind of an intro for this video just because this is the beginning of a series, and also this is the first challenge, and so I wanted to make sure that I was explaining everything and introducing everyone so that you knew what was going on. So each month we will each individually choose our own challenge, and for the month of September I will be sharing with you a challenge where I decided to not drink coffee first thing in the morning. That's typically what I would do, is wake up and make my cup of coffee first thing in the morning. But I know that that can be really bad for your adrenal system, given that when your body gets up first thing in the morning, it automatically produces stress hormones to wake you up and to get you going. So to add on top of that, caffeine is probably not good for your system. So I decided to do this challenge where I will be drinking a cup of water. I think it's like 20 ounces, maybe 16, 20 ounces of water prior to my cup of coffee, and I will be awake 1 hour prior to actually drinking coffee. So that is what I am sharing with you this month, and I will go ahead and we'll get into the clips. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Organized with Joy. Yeah, sorry, I had to take a drink. So this video is the beginning of a series, and it's a collab with a couple of my really good friends here on YouTube, and we are doing a challenge series. So every month we're going to be doing a different challenge. We're all doing separate challenges. We're not doing the same things. We're just each choosing something that we want to challenge ourselves to do. I have to drink my coffee because my challenge is not drinking my coffee until I have been awake for 1 hour and have drank about 20 ounces of water. This is going to definitely be a challenge for me. I am used to drinking coffee first thing in the morning, and I definitely had a ritual of drinking coffee while I read my Bible and prayed, but now that ritual has changed to drinking water while I do that. And I did add lemon today. I think that that's supposed to be good for you as well, so hopefully that will just make it a little bit better that it's not just plain water. But I was excited to make my coffee this morning at 8. I get up at 7, so I will drink my coffee at 8 now. Yeah. So first day I noticed that it was definitely difficult for me to focus as I was trying to read, and I don't know if that was just a placebo effect or a psychological thing that I didn't have my coffee so I couldn't focus, or if it's actually a brain chemistry thing that my body is so used to caffeine in the mornings that it almost needs it to function. So I'm hoping to reprogram my body, and over time it'll probably get easier. That's usually how habits work, and I hope to implement this habit for the long haul. I will only be doing this challenge for 1 week and documenting it for 1 week, but I will see how it goes, and if I think that this is a healthier way to live, then I will definitely change my habits and do this instead. But I do really like coffee. I don't think I could ever give up coffee. I could give up caffeine. Several years ago, I actually did give up caffeine kind of on accident. I had appendicitis and had to have my appendix removed, and I couldn't eat anything for, I think it was like 2 days, maybe 3 days. And so I obviously didn't drink coffee. So I decided at that point that I had already gone through that painful process of detoxing my body from caffeine just coincidentally. And so I stopped drinking caffeine for almost a year. But I like to do Whole30 every once in a while just to retrain my body away from sugar. And once I did that Whole30, I could not survive without caffeine. I was so exhausted. If anybody has done Whole30, you might know, like the first week you just feel really exhausted, and my dog. So then I went back to drinking caffeine at that point. So yeah, I think I probably could wean myself off of caffeine, but definitely not off of coffee. I do like the caffeine, but more so I like the taste of coffee. Let me know about you. Do you like coffee? Do you like the caffeine? Do you like the taste, or both? But I will be documenting how each day goes and let you know if I'm gonna keep doing this. So I will probably see you tomorrow.
Good morning, it's day 2. I'm just finishing up my water here,
and I will say that I definitely feel tired. That is one thing I noticed. I felt like I could probably just go back to sleep. Again, like I said yesterday, I don't know if this is like a placebo effect situation or if coffee truly does wake me up. So that is how I'm feeling today. I also feel like I have a slight headache coming on. So I probably, if I waited much longer to drink my coffee, it would be a full-blown headache. But I guess not doing too bad today. I have thought about if I had someplace to be, it might be hard to wait an hour to drink my coffee. But so far, I mean, I'm only on day 2, but so far I haven't had that issue. I was able to finish drinking my coffee before I had to take my son to school. So that's where we're at day 2. Done. Good morning. It's day 3 and I pretty much feel the same way as yesterday. I just definitely feel very tired for that first hour. However, I am starting to really appreciate and enjoy just drinking water first thing in the morning. I really like that idea. So moving forward, if I don't wait an hour, I certainly will wait until I've drank a full water bottle full of water before I drink my coffee. I definitely like that, and I like adding lemon. It just makes it a little bit more palatable. But I also just like challenging myself to break habits or to change habits that might not be as healthy. So I'm excited to continue to do this. I think I mentioned I will do this for 1 week for this challenge, and then decide after the week is up if I want to continue doing it, and I will definitely keep you posted. But I'm always very excited to finally drink my coffee. Good morning, friends. It is day 4 of drinking coffee an hour after I wake up instead of first thing in the morning. And today definitely felt different. Again, I don't know if these are placebo, like my mind just making myself believe that it's getting easier. I did still have a little bit of a headache coming on. I'm sure that that is from caffeine withdrawal. I think I mentioned that yesterday happening. But I felt like my mind was clearer today during that hour before I could have my coffee. I even got some work done during that time period, which usually in general I don't work until after I've drank my entire cup of coffee. So I guess it's getting easier, and I definitely am liking this routine. One thing I thought about today while reading my Bible is how maybe drinking water first thing in the morning is kind of like filling your mind with positive things first thing in the morning instead of, you know, jumping on the news or jumping on social media. And coffee is kind of like the news or the social media. I mean, I don't want to vilify coffee because, you know, coffee, but I was thinking about how maybe it's good to just fill my body with something good and pure like water before I'm drinking caffeine. So just a little thought that I had this morning, but I definitely am leaning towards keeping this routine of waiting until I drink my coffee. I I actually thought this would be a lot more challenging than it was, but that's okay. This is good for my first challenge. I realized that it is totally the end of day 5 of drinking coffee an hour after I wake up, and I totally forgot to do an update about how this morning was. I was going to do that when I got back from going on a walk with my friend this morning, and then I just forgot. So this morning I felt like was very similar to yesterday, where I definitely felt like my body is getting used to drinking the water first, and I still feel like I really like that. And so I'm still thinking that I'm going to continue to do this after this week is up. But I also had just a slight headache this morning. It was a little bit better than yesterday. So I do think that my body is just getting used to this new routine. So that's good. Okay, so today's day 6. I wanted to remember to do an update before my day got away from me like it did yesterday. But this morning, it was really good. I actually didn't even make my coffee until after that hour mark. I started working on something and got involved in that and just kind of forgot about my coffee, which is weird. It wasn't much past the hour mark, but the other thing that I found interesting is that my brain worked well enough to do work, and it was like work that required my brain, which I used to always kind of tell myself or think that I had to have that cup of coffee before my brain worked. So that's good. So I guess my body is quickly getting used to this new routine. I also realized that you can change your routine fairly quickly. I know I've heard that it takes 21 days to change habits, and I found it interesting that I'm only on day 6 and my body is already kind of getting used to this new routine, this new habit. So that was kind of interesting. I decided that I was only going to do this challenge for 7 days. But now I think I am going to keep doing it for the full 21 days. I won't document the full 21 days because I think I've been able to share enough about my experience with this, but I am definitely surprised by that. I'm surprised at how quickly my body adjusted and how quickly my mind adjusted to the new routine. Okay, so today was day 7 and the final day of my challenge of drinking coffee 1 hour after I got up. And today was a little bit different because it is Sunday, and if I do sleep in, Sunday is the day that I do that. And by sleep in, I mean 8 or 8:30 instead of getting up at 7. So today was a little bit different. So it was a little bit more difficult to wait just because of the time. I felt like I should be able to drink it sooner. But as far as how I was feeling, it was the same as the previous couple of days, where my body has totally gotten used to this routine, and I have decided that I am definitely going to stick with this routine. I actually really like it, and I don't know if I really noticed a difference as far as anxiety goes, because I know that that was one thing I think I mentioned in the beginning, that your body is producing stress hormones first thing in the morning just to kind of jumpstart your body to get you going. So sometimes people have more anxiety because they're adding caffeine to the already produced stress hormone. But I don't know if I really noticed a difference in my stress by waiting an hour before drinking my coffee. But I definitely feel like it's a good habit to drink water first thing in the morning. It actually just gets me to get 20 ounces of water in right away. And so I think that that is positive, and that is part of the reason why I'm going to go ahead and stick with this routine. Well, that is all I have for you in today's video. I hope that it was encouraging or inspiring to you in some way. Maybe you can challenge yourself to do something that you think might be difficult, but I would love for you to go check out the other ladies who participated in this challenge group. I'm sure they have some really great challenges as well. Like I mentioned, we're all doing different challenges, so you can get inspiration from each one of us. But I will definitely leave the links to their videos in my description box below. Well, I appreciate you watching today's video, and if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!